Going hard, yo. Go. 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 Going hard, yo. Going hard, yo. Go. 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 Going hard, yo. Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Going Hard podcast. I'm Josh DeLay. This is Alan Wagner.
See that smoke machine over there?
And we have a fog
machine.
A fog machine in the form of a human named...
Hey, what's up?
Who is it?
Hey, what's up? It's Pete.
All right, it's Producer Pete.
Yep,
Look at
it's
that.
Producer Pete over there.
It smells like a goddamn skunk in here, huh?
Yeah. Goddamn Producer Pete's just chiefing it again.
You know, it's people like him. This economy is ruined because of people like him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now the farmers need to farm hemp and things like that to stimulate the economy and stuff.
Well,
it's because of people like Producer Pete.
You know what else would stimulate the economy?
What?
If all these fucking bums would get off goddamn...
Sorry, I was closing the window.
Anyway, I was making a serious point and I got derailed.
Oh, I think you're talking about homeless. You were going to say homeless.
No, not homeless. These people need to get off unemployment, all right?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, they're one and the same a lot of the time.
Dude, I went to my Applebee's the other day. No one wants to work.
Yeah.
What's the deal? What, no one wants to work at Applebee's now?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's very disappointing. And, man, like, as a guy who busts his ass, 35 to 40 hours a week, at a job, I don't understand people who don't want to work at an Applebee's.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Do you understand?
I do understand.
Does it make any sense to you?
Yeah, it's upsetting that people don't want to get a job that's only paying them $10 an hour to deal with absolute horrible people like us.
Dude, I went through.
I just want to go there and get some fucking half off apps on Tuesdays and get really fucking drunk off of their cheap ass margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
And
not tip. You don't want to tip.
And I don't want to tip.
I don't want to tip.
And I'm
not tipping.
I want the person to be like, be as accommodating as possible without me having to do anything.
You know what happened to me at an Applebee's back when people still like to work? Not like now when no one wants to work anymore. Yeah. But back in the day, I went to an Applebee's and the server was a lady who had a limp, and the service was so slow, and so I didn't tip her anything.
It's like maybe speed up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. And then I realized I'm kind of a libertarian.
Yeah.
So I think tipping is theft.
Exactly. From yourself, it's tipping. It's stealing from you.
Yes.
Somebody who has money and not giving it to people who.
Nothing about libertarianism says anything about invigorating the lower class with your tip money.
I think that's one of the perks of being a libertarian.
Yeah, you have the liberty to not tip these fools.
Yeah, more like liber not tip anybody. You know?
Yeah, exactly, just like that.
Yep.
So anyway, I went to the Arby's drive the other day, and there was a sign that just said, "No one wants to work anymore, so you can't get a roast beef sandwich here." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then I went into a Jimmy John's. I go to I eat in a lot of places.
Yeah, I was gonna say this started off. In one direction, and then it ended up with you just talking about like all the restaurants that you go to on an average.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
And you're just upset with all of the employees.
Well, yeah, I'm
places.
just like, here's the deal, man. Like, I don't have any numbers in front of me, but it just seems like nobody wants to work anymore. You know what I mean? So I go to a Jimmy John's the other day, and the guy it's just two people working in the whole store. And then this other guy, this other fucking pud who's like the regional manager of Jimmy John's or whatever.
Yep.
And he's like, no one wants to work anymore. I was like, damn right. And I took my mask off. I'm like, is this cool? He's like, absolutely. Fuck masks. I was like, yeah, dude.
You were in the right spot.
Yeah, then I went and fucking sucked him off in the mop closet.
Hell yeah, because fuck COVID.
Yeah, I fucking pushed his head under the fucking mop bucket or just fucking sucking his dick.
Yeah, you got like the fucking like the squeegee part of the mop bucket that just like crushing his head while you're
crushing his head while I sucked him off.
And you guys think that? Oh, I'm sorry.
There was more to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you can go.
No, go ahead.
I know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have just talked about that.
Well, I just had a quick question.
Okay, I mean that didn't happen.
Can we hear his name at the very least? Oh, it didn't happen. Okay.
Yeah, I made all that up. Anyway, producer P, what's up?
I was just curious could we legalize theft if we like tax it?
How?
You know,
I mean, this is
Wait,
interesting.
so we should tax the tipping theft.
it could be tipping theft. It could be lots of different kind of thieves.
So like if somebody
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
So
Okay.
if somebody gets something stolen, that person who had it stolen from them owes a theft tax.
well, just your
But they owe it
the
to the
state,
government.
to the
You're
government.
Right, exactly.
just a standard income tax.
Well, yeah, for like things that are not in your possession anymore. Just be like,
Oh,
hey,
really?
maybe don't have your thing stolen, then you won't be getting taxed for this.
Yeah. Well,
I like this.
as a
And
libertarian,
then you
though,
legalize theft, and then everybody's just like constantly trying to steal things from each other. That'd be fun.
as a libertarian, I'm not for this tax.
Well, no, but like you got to think about it practically. It'll stop people from like, it'll. I think there's one of two ways that this would go. It could one way go like everybody would just be stealing everything constantly.
Yeah.
which would be fun.
Yes, it would be fun.
Or
expensive.
yeah. Well, no, but like you would pay off the tax of things that like you're stealing by stealing other things and selling them, and then paying off the stealing tax.
Sure.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Expensive if you're not selling it.
Or people will get more protective and like they lock their doors and their cars and like look out for their things, and then nobody steals anything ever again.
I have an idea.
That's also a good thing.
I like what you're saying. I have an idea though. How about
Okay.
instead of these people stealing, they just go work at Applebee's?
Yeah.
That's called two birds, one stone, my friend.
Yep.
It's like, hey, I want a fucking Arby melt, you know? I want Arby's to melt in my goddamn mouth, and I can't because these fucking retards won't work their jobs.
How many people do you think they lay off every time they do the 5 for 5 deal? Just to like they're just like it's like we got to do some cuts, you know. They just like they fire like 15% of their staff, and they're just like, we're doing the 5 for 5, and they just purge their employees.
I think probably. Well,
Because you know that the upper management is not sacrificing any money off of that deal.
yeah. That's true. Like the CEO of Arby's isn't affected by a 5 for 5 deal.
No. He's like, oh, I'll lose a few bucks here and there. We'll just get rid of a few employees. It's fine.
He's affected emotionally when he comes out to the meeting, like the big quarterly meeting.
Yeah.
And he's got the curtain over his tag board. And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to show you is gonna blow your fucking cocks off. And they're all like, they're sitting there in anticipation.
Yep.
And then he fucking just in like a whoosh. And then all you see is 5 for 5.
And then like all the managers are crying because
Yes,
they're
and
gonna lose their favorite employees.
Everyone's so emotional. He's like, look, you may have to fire your nephew, but the important thing is that people can eat 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5.
You know, like the 5 for 5 is the greatest fucking fast food restaurant.
It was great,
deal.
but it doesn't exist anymore, does it?
They haven't done it for a while.
I don't think it's ever gonna come back.
Probably not. I think roast beef.
They do 2 for
prices-
$6 now.
I think roast beef prices, which is ridiculous comparatively.
But the items that you get to have, I think, are bad. It's like they're euros. It's like I'm not eating a fucking euro at Arby's, dude.
I would literally get 5, like, because they did it like where it was like you have like Arby's melts, you have fries, you have
Jamocha shakes.
Jamocha shakes,
Mozzarella sticks were on there.
mozzarella sticks, yep, maybe jalapeno poppers too.
Oh, I've never had those.
They're all right.
Yeah.
But
Arby's is really bad, but all right,
whatever.
anyway.
But
No, I'm with you,
they would
though.
have all those options, right?
Yeah.
I would just get 5 straight up Arby's melts.
Right.
Just like I would
Would
just
you-
get that.
could
And
you hammer 5 of them?
I would eat all 5
Holy
of them.
fucking shit.
I'm not even joking.
That's
Like it's
crazy.
$5. It's $5. Like what am I losing?
Yeah. Look, as a kid, a 5 for 5 from Arby's is something that I do have a romantic idea of.
Yeah, because it's the greatest fast food deal ever. Like, tell me a better fast food deal or special that comes up.
Okay, so
please,
personally,
yes,
the 89-cent Frito burrito from Taco Bell.
yeah, but all their shit's like $1 all the time.
I know, but that particular item was a steal.
Listen, I don't care about shit. Like, it was probably worth $1, like, not on special. It's probably, like, still $1 on special.
No, it's they completely took it out. It doesn't
the
exist.
Frito burrito.
The Frito burrito was one of the things that they.
The Frito burrito was pretty good. They had those like little red, like Fritos inside of it.
Yeah.
Crunch,
Well, I think it was normal Fritos. Maybe they did. They probably did like some fiery ones at one point or another. I never had that.
Oh, I thought that. I
think that was like a burrito, like an actual burrito that they've like probably like a $3 item or whatever.
Okay.
But the 89-cent Frito burrito was just a classic. It was literally just rice, beef, and Fritos.
Yeah, it was delicious.
And you get the Diablo sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, 3 of those, you're eating for under $3. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, in that scenario, you can get 5 for $5 whenever you want.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But
5 for less than 5.
But those Arby melts are fucking delicious.
I mean, I'm not an Arby's. I'm not an Arby's milk guy.
You just take the.
That's really
gross. You take the top bun off.
Fucking really gross.
Shut up, you guys.
Right, I don't want that nasty cheese on there.
You take the top bun off, and you get the Arby's sauce, the red Arby's sauce. And
okay, now you're actually gonna make me
That's
fucking vomit.
That's just delicious. And then you get the horsey sauce. This is horseradish. And then you put a
no,
little bit of that in there.
Now we're talking. Here's what you do.
Well, the Arby's sauce is good. Come on.
I want to fucking.
I don't know if you've ever had it. I feel like you've never had it.
I have. It's like sweet and gross.
Yeah, it's like it's like
no.
I don't even know what it like. It's comparatively like it's not like 1,000 Island.
Yeah, but that dude, you realize the Thousand Island is good on one thing.
It's great on. It's great. It's every special sauce ever is made out of Thousand Island.
Yeah, but.
It's like one of the greatest sauces out there.
Anyway,
underrated. Anyways, I feel like they don't tell people that it's Thousand Island because people think that's gross, but it's actually the most delicious.
Look, buddy, I want you to know, I respect you as a person, but right now I really want to fucking hit you in the head with a fucking 2x4. All right, this is really bothering me. Like Thousand Island is such trash. It's like, good on one thing.
What's that?
Reuben. That's the only place for Thousand Island dressing.
What about like a Big Mac or anything like that?
Gross. Big Macs are fucking disgusting.
Okay, you just don't like special sauce then.
No, I don't like Thousand Island dressing. What are you talking about special sauce?
It's like literally.
You can't just call it a different thing and be like, "Oh, you don't like special sauce."
No. Literally
it's
every
not
special
special.
sauce.
It's trash.
Literally every special sauce has Thousand Island dressing in it.
Literally every special sauce.
Almost every single special sauce.
Yeah, you ever tasted my fucking dick juice?
Yeah.
That guy at Jimmy John's sure did.
Yeah, he sure did. He got his head crushed in by a fucking mop bucket.
He gave me a very fucking dazed blowjob. He was fucking.
He's like, "You enjoying this, you son of a bitch?" You're just pulling the lever.
Anyway, look.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here's my point. As we're romanticizing all of these great fast food options that this great country has provided us, all of these people are refusing to work and provide us with these items.
Yeah, soon enough.
It's a goddamn travesty.
Soon enough, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a 5-for-1 deal,
If we're lucky. You mean 1 for 5?
Yeah, one for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other way would be even better, but like
5 for 1
for me anyway.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
but yeah, no, like you're right. One for 5.
Do you think that part of this whole thing, this like rhetoric that's being pushed right now that nobody wants to work? Do you think that part of the reason that's existing is because like maybe during the pandemic people like went out less and they're like, oh, you know what, you can like, I don't have to like work at McDonald's so I can eat there every day. I can actually like go to the grocery store and like eat very like economically.
I think that's a very good point you're making because like I've worked food on multiple occasions,
as have I,
and like bars and stuff.
Yes.
And you survive just like you get free food.
Yeah,
you just get free food.
Oh yeah, it's what you do. It's part of why you're doing it.
Oh yeah, because
and some people might feed their entire families with
it. That's the thing. It's like when I was working at that restaurant with you guys back in Fargo.
Yes.
I would go home most nights with at least 2 to-go containers just full to the brim with like the most delicious like noodle mixtures that I can make. I mean, like the whole thing wasn't like that great, but it was still like probably like 10,000 carbs I was going home with,
It got you through, and then like it made up for the fact that you were making such a meager wage.
Oh yeah, no, I was making jack shit, but I didn't have to buy groceries. I was working like 5 to 6 days a week most of the time, and it's like I would go home with food, and like I would eat there also. So I was getting like lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
Right.
I don't know why I put them in that order, but I was getting all of those things from work. I mean, supplementing my wages, so to speak.
Wait, you ate lunch first? That's all I got.
I don't know
everything
why.
You said,
I don't know why.
Everything you said after that, I didn't care about.
What's weirder, him eating his lunch first or his breakfast second?
I mean,
in
breakfast
general.
can be eaten any time of day.
That's
Well,
true.
sure.
Lunch first is weirder.
Yeah.
Lunch first
Actually,
is weirder.
Like a grilled cheese.
Actually,
and
it's
tomato
not. It's
soup.
not weird. I like eat lunch first most days.
He wakes up at
honestly.
fucking 8:30 with a bowl of soup. It's like,
I mean-
ugh, fucking gross.
I just don't eat in the mornings. I always just forget about. I wish I fucking ate breakfast most mornings. I
Yeah.
love breakfast, like
Yeah.
like a nice bowl of cereal in the morning, or like some toast and some like fucking over easy eggs.
Yeah.
That shit's delicious.
I think most breakfast is like, I'm a big breakfast guy, like, but I'm a breakfast for lunch guy. Like, I eat eggs every day for lunch.
Oh, so it sounds like. Well, I mean, the way you're making it. So like, what time do you eat that at?
Noon to 1.
Okay, so it's lunch. It is lunch. It's breakfast
It's
as lunch.
definitively lunchtime.
Yeah. It's breakfast food as lunch though.
Yeah.
So you're eating lunch first too.
Well, yeah, I guess, right? But I'm only eating 2 meals, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I was getting at though.
Oh,
Like
I
I
see
do
what
the
you're
exact
saying.
same, but
But-
it's not breakfast.
But you
food,
did
though.
say you do breakfast after lunch.
Yeah, I don't know why I
So
said
explain that, fucker.
Fuck. All right.
Exactly.
I only eat
God
fucking boxed
damn it.
in, homeboy.
midnight snacks.
Yeah, Petey doesn't
That's
fucking.
it.
Producer Pete
Yeah, I
doesn't
know.
eat. Which is weird because he's a stoner.
it's
He's like a
4
stoner.
a.m., yeah.
He's like a stoner who doesn't like food. It's like the only.
That's so
like,
weird.
I like
How-
midnight snacks.
It's so weird.
Yeah, but how can you be high all day and not just be constantly fucking
Yeah.
shoveling, dude?
He's
Makes
like,
no
it's
sense.
like, hey, we got this full plate of food that's left
Dude.
over here. You want to eat this? He's like, yeah, maybe we'll have it later.
He's like, yeah, maybe.
And then like you'll catch him like in the kitchen at like 4 a.m, just chowing down on it. It's like, what the fuck?
You guys
happened?
live together.
What
It's
happened in
funny.
the last like 10 hours that this thing's been sitting out here? But I don't know. Like maybe he's on to like maybe there's just like
Yeah.
some like magical thing that happens to the food if you let it sit for an extra like 8 hours or whatever.
Well, some of it, like, I mean, if you have things like, I guess, like, how do you call that? Like, just like warming, right? Like, marinating and shit, you know?
oh yeah, it's letting all the like the sauces and
Yeah, like
the,
if you cook a spaghetti sauce or you cook certain
just let it sit
certain
there
things,
and
it's better.
soak, yeah.
Simmer. That's the
simmer.
goddamn
Yeah.
word I was looking
Well,
for.
no, but it's not on heat though. It's literally cooling.
Right.
The whole time.
That's not doing.
That's not how that
that's
works.
That's not helping
Yeah.
anything.
No.
That's a psychological thing that. You know, Producer Pete is such a good producer. I don't want to get into his psychological profile.
No. It's best if we don't.
I don't want to get
think.
into any of our psychological profiles.
Yeah, I don't
quite
think- I
frankly.
don't think
it's
it's a
good
good
for
idea.
anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back here for 1 second. Last thought on all these fuckers not wanting to work fast food anymore
Okay. All right. We got a finishing thought here.
is that this is.
That's actually for my other podcast. You can't steal that, by the way.
I don't care about your other podcast. All right.
Finishing thoughts.
Yes, I know it's a
All right.
great idea, but you know what? I don't care about it. We'll get to you in a second. All right. We have some things that we need to air on the air in a moment, but as of right now, to close out, not to finish my thoughts, but to zip up my thoughts.
There we go. Much better. Thank you. That's it's copyrighted, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
You owe me $10.
As I was walking out of the mop room in Jimmy John's, I zipped up. I forgot to zip up. They're like, "What's going on in there?" I'm like, I think your manager's dead. And I just walked out. He just got a mouth full of cum and balls full of not cum.
Oh, good God.
So okay, my biggest gripe with this idea, and look, by the way, I'm a hardworking American. I work for every goddamn cent I get, and I don't like these fuckers taking advantage of my charity, and by charity I mean my taxes, which I unwillingly pay. But my biggest thing I think is hilarious about this is that people are mad that like tried to go to Arby's and couldn't go to fucking. It's like, oh yeah, this Wendy's here used to have 6 employees. Now it's down to 5. It's like, this is the state of America. Like, this is the gripe. Like, this is the thing that people are really mean. Like, this is the fall of America.
You know, they should just let more immigrants in to take those positions.
I mean, look, man. I don't know about you, but when I hear an accent in a drive-thru, I get real upset.
Oh God.
It's like, what's that?
Yeah, so like the part where there's like 5 out of 6 employees like upsets you, but then like they like replace it with somebody with an accent. And you're just like,
Dude.
oh, this is even worse.
Yeah, if it's 12 amigos, I'm fucking out. You know what I mean?
Good God.
No. Obviously, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's get illegal immigrants in.
Literally, just keep hopping the fence and come to Arby's
Look,
and work and make Arby's drive through faster.
Here's what I'm gonna say to you though, Alan. And,
What?
And from a rhetorical standpoint, you're gonna have trouble with this argument because the folks who are upset that they can't get fast food anymore aren't going to be okay with the idea of immigrants.
Isn't that
at
funny?
all? Not working. But
Isn't
like,
that
just
funny how that
immigrants.
works, though?
Like the word immigrants makes these people upset.
It's so funny how that works. They should just change the name. They should just make the name funner. I feel like that's the only thing that like these people care about is like
the fact that
they just don't like scary words.
you think immigrants is a scary word.
Yeah,
to
so
them.
like if you replace like the word immigrant with something fun, like let's think about.
But an immigrant is
fun
literally
word.
just a person who.
No, I know,
immigrated.
but they hate it. They don't like that word.
But like
it's scary to them.
But what other word works?
That's what I mean. Let's come up with another one.
Hey, friend. Hey, visitor.
Yeah,
I'm an illegal.
visitor.
Just an
friendly visitor is what we should call
an
them.
illegal visitor.
Yeah. See, okay. Illegal visitor sounds so much nicer.
I don't know.
No,
I'm on board with this.
I think we could get the conservative crew on board.
Hey,
with
traveler.
Listen, all I'm saying is that like sometimes you just need to switch up the verbiage, and that's all that it takes. And I think this is one of those scenarios.
I think instead of immigrant, we should call them cultural squatters.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's the right.
No, but this
like for our
but this
like
is the
for
rhetoric.
what we're trying to do.
But this
I
is
don't
the
think
red.
that's-
No, I'm not talking about me. I think that's what I just said. I am repulsed by.
Yeah, I think Fox News is listening, and they're gonna be like, you're gonna hear that on Fox News in a week.
I'm repulsed by what I just said. But if we want to use rhetoric that's gonna reach the people who are upset that they can't eat at Jack in the Box anymore, we need to fucking preach to the choir a little bit.
Yeah.
And cultural squatters.
Cultural squad.
That is so fucking fucked up.
That's awful. Yeah, Tucker Carlson's gonna be be on Tucker Carlson in like a day.
Oh, speaking of Tucker Carlson,
He's a huge fan of our show.
Yeah, well, he did email us and he said he's a really big fan. Can you please pull up? Just type into Google Images, Greg Kelly and Trump. So our guy Greg Kelly, big
Yep.
news for Greg Kelly.
Yeah, he
now we've talked about Greg Kelly quite a bit, but I know that some people might just be chiming in for the first Going Hard podcast. Greg Kelly is like the head honcho
over at
Newsmax America.
Yep.
Newsmax America they're kind of a straightforward news source.
Yeah,
very truthful. Greg Kelly
speaks the truth. Well, that one's the picture.
Here
of his
it
pants.
is.
That's the picture of his pants, but not the.
It's just his
Wait,
pants.
right there. There we go. Yep.
Let's get the picture.
Let's see here.
So
Maybe you might be able to right click on it.
So
and just
Greg Kelly,
open the image in a new
look,
window.
Obviously, Trump's a fan of Newsmax, and like Newsmax is a fan of Trump. Vice versa. Like
Yeah.
those two parties kind of feed off each other. They have a symbiotic relationship, as it were.
Yeah. Yep.
But I am surprised that Greg Kelly has enough status to hang with the Trump. It's a little surprising to me.
I don't find it surprising at all.
Really?
Oh yeah, no. Trump's off of the Fox game. Like, what do you think he's watching?
No, I know, I get it. But Newsmax, like, Trump is all about ratings. You want to talk about like the lowest ratings in the game? It's Newsmax.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why, because as you know, I'm a big fan of both Kelly and his channel. But what are we finding here?
I think Trump's just playing the long con there. You know.
Oh, I guess you know what? Maybe Trump probably does actually. He's probably been on Newsmax, I guess.
I guarantee it. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't he be? He was definitely been on Newsmax. There's no way.
The thing is, though, he doesn't even need to be on Newsmax because.
Well, I guarantee he calls in all the time.
Well, he definitely like called into Fox a bunch, but it's more meaningful for him to call into a place like Fox than Newsmax because everybody who watches Newsmax, they don't need any convincing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Whereas
you're
people
right.
on Fox, there are some Republicans who probably watch Fox that were like, well, Trump's a little too offensive for me. So, like, he actually does kind of need to do a little convincing on Fox.
No, but I feel like
Newsmax, they are fucking fully in Trump gear at all times.
I think what you're mistaking, though, is that Trump was convincing people through those networks. Like I feel like you think that like Trump was like going into like the Fox scenario and like helping them like convince people of shit. But like I feel like what the actual situation is that they were convincing him of things. Because I think
they were convincing Trump of things.
I think Trump's just sitting like on his TV, just like watching Fox in the middle of the night. He's like, holy shit, the fucking what this thing's happening.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
Al-Qaeda's
saying.
coming over.
Right. I know what you're saying. Where he would directly tweet things that happened that were
Oh yeah,
said
immediately.
on Fox.
Yeah.
Right. No. I know. Right. I get that, but that doesn't matter so much as him making an impression on those viewers.
Yeah.
You know,
But
just because he consumes the same media as those viewers doesn't mean that those viewers are going to be Trump fans. You know what I'm saying?
No. But
Whereas the viewers of Newsmax, they're all Trump fans.
oh yeah.
Whereas Fox News, there actually might be a sect that watch Fox News that aren't on board.
No, and I think that's why he like switched over because maybe they said some bad words about him at some point. He doesn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Trump's he's a good guy, you know.
Fine character. Fine character. Let's get out of this fucking.
We can get on
politics.
the. Well,
I was gonna say,
how about?
was there something I was supposed to look up?
Yeah, just a picture of Greg Kelly and Trump.
Okay, we're good.
Look, everyone, we have a running thing with Greg Kelly and Newsmax, so I figured that's like a pretty big situation, man. He's hanging out with the Trump. I mean,
he's got cool pants on.
His
it's
pants.
funny. You sent me that picture the other day, and the first thing I asked about was his pants, and then apparently there's like a lot of people that were interested in that. I don't know.
Oh shit! So I saw. Do you want to get off politics? This
Yeah.
This is a fun play.
Okay, no, go ahead.
So fuck. I don't know if we'll be able to find this quickly. If this takes too long, we can cut a little bit out. But so there's a lady who has a Democratic like senator of some kind. I can't remember what her name was. This might be hard to find, but she has the same feet that Mitch McConnell has.
Yeah. No. So we no. So we investigated this.
They're
already.
the same.
No, we investigated this already. You thought it was Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Nancy Pelosi.
And it wasn't Nancy Pelosi.
Okay.
And we'll have to cut this if I actually explain what the situation
Oh,
was.
because she had dark feet and she was black.
Because she's literally a black lady, and you were saying that her feet looked like Mitch McConnell's black
and I was
hands.
confused because I thought it was Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, but it was actually just
We
a
can
black
leave this
lady
in.
with black feet.
No, this is an honest mistake. Now, speaking of honest mistakes, this is going to be actually a good transition. So, producer Pete, last week, you and I showed up for the podcast.
We did.
Oh fuck! God damn it!
No, hey, buddy, this is no big deal. Look. There's been a lot going on with the podcast. All right, like we've been skipping around a little bit. We haven't been as consistent.
Yep.
And look, it's not. Look, we all know there's other underlying things going on here.
Yeah.
It's not entirely your fault.
Yeah.
But wouldn't have hurt to have you here last week.
It wouldn't have hurt to have theft be legal at that point, you know?
Yes.
Because maybe it would have helped me out.
You
with the
were
whole car scenario.
Now this is why you missed it, right? Because you were recovering a stolen vehicle.
A stolen vehicle that my wife had her car stolen from her in front of her work.
Yeah.
And that was like a month and a half ago. And all of a sudden it shows up the other day, and it's at the impound lot, and we had to jump through a bunch of hoops. There was a crackhead had commandeered our vehicle.
Yep.
And it was full.
So
of,
you guys say
it was full of syringes and vials. And,
and of course those weren't yours. Those belonged to some
straws.
crackhead who couldn't be found.
And there was a used tampon in there.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of like dirty clothes and things.
Yeah.
Their keys, and there was 2 separate phones. Like one of them was really fucking broke. I think they were burners, probably.
Most likely.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on in there. But anyways, we had to like get it towed off the lot because it didn't work anymore and shit. This is all depressing. I don't want to talk.
No,
awful.
well, this is something that we need to look. I don't feel good unless the audience knows exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
So I had to recover this car last Friday when we normally podcast.
You didn't have to give very many details because really, I think it's really producer Pete and I who have the ones that have to kind of talk about this.
Oh yeah, you guys have to like you have to recover from me being gone for.
Well, we discussed it. We discussed that was strike one for you, bud. All right. Look, this is a normal game of baseball we're playing here. Right?
All right,
you get 3 strikes.
God damn it.
But I'm sorry, we gotta give you that
Strike
first one. Yep, you're not out, but you could be out.
Can I get some balls? Are
Are
balls part of this?
Now I will say that you did develop a ball.
Yeah.
When you did bring me some beer to kind of recuperate.
So what happens? So like if I get to 4 balls, I get to walk, right?
If you get to 4 balls, it reduces 1 strike.
Oh, that's not how baseball works.
Yeah,
I get to walk to first base with one of you guys.
Yeah, but metaphors.
You know what I'm talking about.
Metaphors. Yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, one of you guys gets to make out with old Alan.
I've gone to first base with various fast food managers in my life. I know all about that. But no. So in the game of podcast baseball, it's much. First of all, it's easier to get a ball than it is to get a strike. Let's be real. Think about it. This is our 19th, 18th, or 19th episode.
Yep.
And this is your first strike. I mean, man, that means you can get through a full year before you'll probably be fired. And you've now earned one ball because you brought me 24 beers.
Yep.
So
this doesn't seem fair. So
what do you mean?
Well, because like it's so easy to get a strike, but it's very hard to get 4 balls.
Yeah, just like in
No,
baseball.
I think it's easy to get balls.
Listen, I brought 2 12-packs of beers.
I know
for
you
fellas. And that should be worth 2 balls.
If you bring
you guys got to give me 2 balls.
If you bring me 96 beers, that'll be 4 balls.
Oh my god! See, that's what I mean. That's a lot of beers.
Wait a minute, 96? Am I doing that wrong?
Do I get to drink them with you at the very least, or?
Well, if I want you to.
See, this is the issue.
If you
man.
miss a podcast, it might be less.
That's a lot of beers.
I know, and it's a lot of pressure too. And
What about a keg? How much would a keg be?
I'm trying to be transparent here, Alan.
A keg is about like 64 beers. If I brought in a keg, though, that's all 4 balls.
If you bring
That'd
in
be a fun time.
Okay, if you bring in a keg, yeah, even if you have 2 strikes, I'd say, then that will erase all strikes.
Okay.
A keg is a clean slate.
No. This is actually
a keg is a clean slate.
This is actually very good news.
But then we also have to drink. We also have to drink an entire keg.
No, so listeners,
we're all gonna fucking die.
Listeners,
can do
if you listeners ever view our podcast and you see a keg hanging out in the back of the podcast, I did something really fucked up.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
I did something real bad. We're not going to talk about it, but we got a keg, and that's going to be fun for everybody, including the listeners. So.
Alan's like, I fucked your girlfriend. Here's a keg. I'm like, wait a minute.
Not
Hey, all
clean slate.
Not
Clean
all
slate.
strikes are graded the same. Sometimes you can get 2 strikes in one.
Oh.
Now I'm
Well,
hoping.
I suppose because I mean, if that's the logic, I mean, you can erase or you can get 4 balls.
Yes.
For bringing a keg.
Well, yeah.
What would it take to get all 3 strikes?
Well,
like,
no.
Would I have to murder producer Pete or something?
I mean, you probably just think, yeah, we're actually locked up and can't do the podcast. I guess
That's 3 strikes. Yeah.
But at 3 strikes, then it comes to a vote. That's what we decided. And at that point, the vote is between the other 2. You don't have a vote, obviously. And then if it's a unanimous vote for you to stay or go, that's the decision.
Well, am I a part of this? I feel like one of you guys could also you guys get strikes too.
I'm strikeless.
We're showing
strikeless.
up. We're showing up for the pod.
We're strikeless.
Well, I mean, maybe I would like to air some grievances.
Yeah, but you're alone in this. You realize.
I got to vote. I got 1/3 of the
yeah, you
stock
can
or
vote.
whatever,
You can vote, but it'll be 2-1.
Yeah.
So your vote will be really not worth anything.
Oh man.
So it'll be like a 33-66 split. So it'll be like.
Well, no, I could call up Chase and Ethan though. They were also on the show. They got a little bit of stock, right?
Look, Chase was drunker than a goddamn skunk.
Well, yeah, but he might be on my side.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that he's not. Like, look, it'll be a vote of insanity. Like we can't. We can't trust a guy who drinks that much fucking hobo gin to vote for anything.
Yeah. So it's So
and Ethan's not going to side with you.
Oh man. All right.
I mean, maybe he would.
He might.
I mean, Ethan's a fair guy.
Yeah.
No, Ethan's a guy who I would respect his vote, but he's
unbiased participant.
Look, I don't want to start getting into fractions when we talk about Ethan, but his vote would only count for like 1/17.
Good God.
He was on one episode.
Oh, okay. That's where you're going with that.
What the fuck? What do you think I was saying?
Were you normally? I don't know. Never mind.
This guy being racist. Strike 2.
Alan, you better chill out.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the thing. So basically,
you're just trying to con me into bringing a keg in. I feel
once
what's happening.
Dude, once the first strike happens, the next 2 is just kind of like a downhill effect. The next 2 come real easy after that.
Good God.
Look, man, we've all been fired from stuff. It's not a big deal. All right?
Yep.
It's all good. It's fine.
So, in other news, because
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Go ahead and change the subject.
I'm going to. I'm over this shit. Right? So, as of July 1st, it seems like the lockdown's going to be completely done here in Minnesota.
The lockdown is almost done anyway.
Well,
as
no,
of right
I know,
now,
but
the masks are done.
Everything's like fucking all back to normal July 1st.
Dude, crazy to think
or
that
unless
crazy.
or unless 70% we get to 70% in Minnesota, then it ends earlier.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. What's gonna be the first thing that you do when everything's lifted?
I'm gonna finally take a shit without a mask on.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you been leaving your mask up when you're in the bathroom?
Yeah, at home, at the store, at work, always.
See, I take like what I do is I go in and I just pop that thing off and I just like fucking spit on the walls. And
I
shit.
actually got vaccinated like
It's an enclosed space. It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna see me in there.
Well, look, I respect that. I wish that you would follow the rules, but whatever.
Yep.
I got vaccinated 3 months ago, and with every
No, you didn't.
every month after I got vaccinated, I put one more mask on.
Oh, okay.
So the only time I don't wear 4 or 5 masks is when I'm doing this podcast, and especially when I'm in my own house, I wear extra masks.
That's a good plan.
I don't want to give my loved ones it.
Yeah.
And like now that it's getting warmer outside, it's like I have to really make sure I put more masks on because I feel like it's like the COVID can sweat out of you, so you got to cover your skin.
That's very interesting though. You said you don't want to give it to your loved ones, and then
I don't.
And then we're just like sitting here with our masks.
Yeah, I don't love you guys. You
okay.
guys are business associates, and that's it.
Mm.
He's my producer. You're my associate.
Okay.
I mean, you are currently. Who knows? A couple more strikes. God only knows where this thing goes. Be hard to replace you though, but I'm not gonna lie. Like we were thinking about maybe adding a strike or two, maybe getting you. Then we were like, how are we gonna replace this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
good guy.
I like to think I pull my own weight sometimes.
I am thrilled. Like I'm thrilled about the idea of just walking into like Walgreens without a mask though.
Yeah.
Like how weird is that gonna be, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Did I tell you what happened to me?
Oh,
sorry.
No. Like you go ahead. I wasn't gonna say anything good.
So I was in Green Bay a few weeks ago, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was outside smoking a cigarette, and I had, like, since like the mask mandate happened, I don't know if that was like last May or whatever that was when it finally actually became a mandate.
Yeah.
I always just have my mask hooked around, but like
under your chin. Yeah.
Yeah, just because like even about like I don't look
because that way you like just it's easier to not forget.
It's just
because I've lost so many fucking masks.
I have too, and you know what? If it's just hanging on me, I don't care. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So. In Green Bay, most people weren't even doing that. They probably didn't.
Was it like Fargo level of like not giving a fuck?
It was very in that realm.
It's Wisconsin, so I mean.
But I didn't like wear it really at all. But I just had it on me because it's like there were some places like some like businesses and gas stations still had like, hey, you have to wear it, and I suppose those people who didn't want to wear them just go to a different gas station.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know how they get gas or beef jerky. I'm not sure.
No. I mean, it was funny. Like I cruised down to Sioux Falls like mid pandemic. I can't remember what it was, but I stopped at a liquor store like somewhere past Mankato.
Yep.
And like it was in the middle of nowhere, and for whatever reason, I'm just like, this place isn't gonna give a fuck, and I like didn't know where my mask was, so I just walked in there. And sure enough, like these people, like it was like liquor stores, like especially like for some reason, like don't want to lose their liquor license. So it's like,
places are trying to not fuck around.
Yeah. No, and it's like it was like kind of dumb on my part, but I was literally just like we're in like this small town in the middle of nowhere. Like I guarantee these people don't fucking care.
That's reasonable.
And yeah, so like I had to go out.
No, I get it, and probably you would be right a percentage of the time there.
Most of the time I think.
So anyway, I was outside smoking a cigarette. And I had my mask like this. And then like we were at this like bar in Green Bay, which there's like every 2 feet.
Yep.
Because they're a bunch of fucking slobs.
Yeah.
And this lady, like, I'm smoking a cigarette, talking to people, like on like there's like railings leading down to the bar, like I'm just hanging. And this lady's like, "Oh, is it hard to smoke a cigarette with that mask on?" And my mask is down. And I was like, I don't have a mask on. But that was like her way, like she's so retarded. That was like, couldn't she be like, "Oh, why do you like?" Like, she, like, just saw the thing I was doing and saw that there was a mask, and she's, like, putting it together. She's like, "You're wearing a mask."
And smoking,
yeah. Like, it's like, well, no, not really, man. Like, it'd be like if someone had, like, a necklace on. It's like, is it hard to smoke with a necklace around your neck? And I was like, how are you so dumb? And I literally was like, what? Like made her feel stupid. And she's like, why? She's like,
yeah, right. And they think they're gonna go
just
home.
Just a drunken fucking idiot.
You know that person's gonna go home and like tell their significant other or whatever, just be like, I got this fucking lib cuck good today.
Yeah, it's like I'm smoking a cigarette. Do you think I care about COVID?
No,
I clearly don't. But I do care about being able to access buildings.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want to be able to go into buildings. Like, that's kind of essential for life.
Yeah.
To be able to, like, go into places and out of places without...
Oh yeah, these people that are so like gung ho about like just being like you're not infringing on my rights, and then
Yeah.
they like try like so hard to get into places and not have masks on, and then there's all those videos of them and shit.
That same Jimmy John's where I blew that guy.
Yeah.
I was in there a previous time, and this guy walked in without a mask, and the guy who was working by the car was like, "Hey, you gotta put a mask on." He's like, "What?" He's like, "You put a mask on?" He's like, "What?" Like acting he didn't hear it. He's like, "You gotta have a mask on." So he's like, I fucking unbelievable. And he's like, walked out. It's like, what? Are you?
Good God. Yeah, and I'm guessing at this point it's like 8, 9, 10 months into the pandemic.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's like there's
So it's like there's no reason
zero
that you
indication
shouldn't know
that
this is a thing.
Like maybe now that they're like, okay, July 1st, no mask. So now maybe now people are like, well, we know it's coming, but there was no indication that it was ever gonna stop.
It's just so crazy, like this whole scenario, like where people are still fighting against like not wearing masks into places. This could have been done like 7 months ago.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know.
The government is dragging this out
Yeah,
because they're still testing us.
they can test my dick,
Well,
right,
they know all about your dick. They know all about every organ in your body.
Yeah, it's infected.
If you go into the doctor
gross.
and you have a good organ, you won't be leaving.
You're on a list. You're on a government
You won't be
list.
leaving that hospital. You'll be at a chop shop, as they call it.
They just chop my dick off and put it on.
No, when I say
their
organ,
their
look,
own lizard
we're
body.
not on fucking morning radio. I don't have to call a
That'd be
penis
kind
an
of cool.
organ.
I actually like calling like genitals organs.
I have a large
I
organ.
have a crazy organ on me,
It's like that motherfucker. That actually would be. Think like a lady would appreciate that. Like
Somebody who's like a musician might,
God damn it. First of all, people who play the organ like aren't even fucking musicians. They're just like old ladies.
That's what I'm talking about.
They have old, dry, shriveled up organs. I can't get it wet. All right, well, we'll take a break.
Yeah, it's about break time.
Seems like if we start talking about old lady vaginas,
Yeah.
it's probably about that time.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's it's a jumping off point sometimes. But
It'd be hard to. Whatever. All right. All right, we'll be back right after this. This episode of the Going Hard podcast is brought to you by Dakota Soul Summit Beer. Do you guys like Summit Brewing Company? Do you guys like drinking beer that's local, that's great, that's good for you, that has a lot of barley in it? And hey, that where that barley's from?
the farms and stuff, right?
From North Dakota.
Oh yeah, is it actually from North Dakota?
Yep, that's why it's called Dakota Soul.
Oh really? Okay. Maybe it's from South Dakota though. Also,
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
South Dakota's a dirty mountain land
Yes.
where there's no crops. But North Dakota is a wonderful plainy place that has wheat and barley.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that's where it's from. And you know how it's good, how we're good and we're from North Dakota, so is this beer. Dakota Soul Summit. It's the Going Hard podcast quality beer.
Very, very good.
What do you got?
I got this goes right along with it.
Is that also from North Dakota?
Yeah, so our second sponsor is Camel Crush, specifically the Crush variant.
Nice. It's a good variant.
Yeah. So, I mean, oftentimes you'll find yourself, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 Dakota Souls deep.
Oh yes.
And
been there.
Yeah, and next thing you know, you're out in some alleyway behind a bar, smoking cigarettes with a homeless man. And the only ones that really hit the spot in those scenarios are Camel Crushes. And also, you can drink Sky Vodka because you're having a good time.
Yeah,
smoking
and that's not even a sponsor. We just love Sky Vodka.
It wasn't a previous episode.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I wore the hat.
Yeah, they said no more ads. They didn't like that.
we're kind of a one and done kind of advertising podcast.
These advertisements are really going off the rails, by the way.
They sure are.
Yeah. Anyways,
Camel Crush. Before Joe Biden cancels them. And now time for the second half of the podcast. It's the Going Hard podcast. Producer Pete, Ellen, and John. Welcome back to the Going Hard podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Back here with the boys and
a woman.
the very first woman who's ever been on the Going Hard podcast.
We really like to set our milestones, you know.
Yeah.
What episode is this?
It's 18 or 19 or
18 or 19.
Yeah, one of them.
All right. Well, I mean,
It's one of those.
No,
I think it's 18. I'm pretty sure it's 18.
you know, no time like the present though to bring.
Yeah.
A good time, the 18th episode, to bring a fully grown woman.
Oh, wow.
Onto the pod.
Legal. Yeah, we don't. Yep.
And also, women couldn't
No
vote.
minorities.
They couldn't vote till the 1800s.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Yep.
I think it was actually much later than
I
that.
think it was like the 60s or something.
I mean, which is
It was
well. The thing is, it was like women needed time to develop before you could trust them to vote. You know what I mean?
yeah, and we mean physically develop, right?
Yeah, exactly. You want to be a nice thick lady before you can vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure all the ladies were extra thick before they got the right to vote.
Yeah, you don't want these like cum tributes trying to vote. You know what I mean?
Contribute.
You guys don't know what cum tributes are?
No, I feel like you just made this up.
So I think they're 18, but I think they like try to look under 18, and then they like
Oh, this is a slang term?
yeah, it's like cum tribute.
Okay.
And
Tribute.
I think it's now if this is underage girls, I feel bad about talking about this.
Yeah.
But it's like these ladies who look like they're underage and they like post like thirst traps.
Oh.
You know?
You're really educating me about a lot of.
Yeah, and you don't want cum tribute ladies voting.
Hey, producer Pete, can you look up the definition of cum tribute? How do you spell it, by the way? Is it cum?
We know how that's spelled.
We know.
Okay, all right.
You don't need to ask Bruce Pete how to spell cum tribute.
Is it separate words?
Don't go on Pornhub though. Like, yeah, there we go. Yep. Urban Dictionary is
Cum
just
tribute.
when a girl. Oh, I guess maybe it isn't nothing to do with age. For some reason, I thought it was
This is very
young
I've
couples.
never-
Young couples. Okay, so I knew there was something like
Okay,
young.
can you read the full definition?
Oh yeah, read that, Alan. I can't.
Okay, yeah.
I only have one hand.
You're connected.
Read
so
it.
when a girl uploads an attractive or sexually oriented photograph of
Yeah.
herself, a male will then
You want
print
me
the
to read?
photograph, masturbate to it, and then come onto it.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, so the tribute is that he's coming on
Yes,
the
it's
photograph.
a cum tribute. It's literally a cum tribute.
They will then take a photo of the end result and send
Oh,
it to the
God.
girl. It is growing in popularity with young couples as it shows the male's appreciation. It shows appreciation. It's not a bad
of
thing.
his partner. How
Of his
progressive partner.
Yeah, so it sounds like this is a consensual cum photo resend.
Yeah.
From 2014.
Oh, is that when this was
So young couples who are now 30.
just as relevant now as it was?
Yeah,
then?
so your parents were doing this, you know,
Yeah,
when they were
yeah,
courting
yeah.
each other.
Oh, good God. Yeah, my parents, who are now like 60 years old, they were just like back in 2014 at the ripe age of 55, just coming on photos of each other.
Nothing wrong with that, man. That's pretty good.
There's nothing wrong with that at all, honestly.
But that being said, I think that if you're still doing cum tributes, you probably shouldn't vote. Did you think?
Oh.
I mean,
we're back to the vote.
Listen, I'm okay with this scenario.
Well, that was the whole thing. We were trying to decide who gets to vote and who doesn't in America.
I think unless you've had your photo cummed on and sent back to you in another photograph, you shouldn't be able to vote.
Oh, so you think you should have had the experience, but you don't.
The only
So you
people-
don't actively cum tribute, but you have cum tribute.
Yeah, so to register to vote, you take a picture of yourself naked and you send it out into the world, and then you wait for a cum
Yes.
tribute back.
and that's how
then-
you register to
And
vote.
then that's how you. So
That's
once,
your voter
Once
registration.
you get one back, you bring that photo in, and then they verify that it's you. They look at it, they verify
Yeah.
it, and then you get to go and vote.
Yeah, in fact, you don't have to bring a photo ID. That's actually good enough. You just write like your name and your age, your birth, and all that shit.
Well, and
Yeah, like income, like on the
No,
photograph.
oh, I mean, look, if you do it in cum, you get to vote twice.
Okay.
If the cum is legible, you get 2 votes.
Well, and
This would've
back
been
in
a good
the
loophole, yeah.
back in the day, you know, before the internet, they had to do it through the mail.
Oh, did we?
So the
did
poor
we
post
Oh,
office
yeah, so it was like-
meant-
Did we introduce I don't
Oh
think
yeah, hi.
Oh yeah, no, we just said we had a lady on, and that's where we kind of.
Yeah.
I don't
we
need
didn't
a
even see
name.
her.
I'm just a woman.
This is well, look, you're fitting right in with that kind of rhetoric. I'll tell you what, our fan base is misogynistic, and they're vehement about it.
They're just like, what is happening on? They're like, we just like lose like 30 followers or something.
They're like,
I'm
a
just
woman. Well, we do have a lot of angry incels.
Yeah, it's like I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah,
Is Jared from Michigan an incel?
it sure
Yeah.
seems like it. I don't know much about him. I know he's been writing a lot of poetry lately and sending that in, which
Good,
leads me to believe
good.
he's probably an incel.
Yeah.
I'm sure he gives poems to girls, and he's like, "Well, I don't get fucked by these girls I get poems to." And it's like,
Incels do enjoy poetry. That's something that's known about them.
is that real?
Hmm?
Well, color me an incel. I'm something of a poet myself. Anyway, so this is Angie. You've heard her on the podcast previously, actually.
Now we get to put a face to
Plugged
that.
into the phone. This is my current girlfriend, one of them, and this is where. So she finally gets to make a visual appearance.
Yeah, she brought us picklebacks with shots of Jameson.
I listen through the door all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she also made us cut out a rather lewd portion of that podcast. do you want to talk about you editing me? Or
Are
do
we
you-
gonna air some grievances here?
No,
We
no, I don't.
we openly air grievances on this podcast.
What is this?
This podcast
Festivus?
this podcast is as good as
the
therapy.
Festivus podcast.
Alan literally had to face PD and I after not showing up last week.
I did. It was
Oh, you guys actually talked about that.
Well, you had strike one.
strike one.
Strike one.
Wow.
And you.
And actually, strike 2.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you
gave
said I
him
was
2.
being racist or something.
Oh yeah, for all the racial shit you do,
So-
just generally.
Really getting close to the fire, buddy.
Yep.
Hashtag come tribute.
Yeah, you know what? We can talk about it. Sure, why not? I'll air some grievances. Right back.
Hey, I like this.
Will this be Graves has backfired on me?
Yeah. yeah.
I mean, look, I'm all about content, man. Like if my life falls apart around
Josh is a content first.
content first, comedy
Content
first,
king.
content first, bud. No. But you made me cut out a very specific thing.
Content first, content second.
It was actually kind
Yeah.
of it was kind of cum tribute related.
No, it wasn't. There was no cum involved.
Oh, cuck tribute. It was kind of cuck tributed. You think it was a cuck tribute?
I'm gonna let you guys hash this one out.
I think we'll move on.
All right, fair.
This is actually a different cum tribute. I thought you guys might enjoy another
Oh.
definition.
Oh, there's another one.
It's a different
Okay,
definition.
hold on a second. I'll read this one as well. Just wait. When a bitch uploads a sexy photo, and that's literally it.
Hashtag cum tribute.
Can we get a hashtag cum tribute, please? I want to meet some of the people who
Write these terms.
contribute to Urban Dictionary.
A cum tribute.
There's one person that's like contributed more than.
Does
the
he
rest.
not realize he keeps saying contribute and he's
I know.
and you're not even
I said
acknowledging
I
the
said cum tribute.
no,
Yeah.
but you said
Contribute.
the people who contribute
Oh,
to Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, no,
and obviously contribute is such a play on that.
that one went straight over my head.
Ah.
Yep.
That's the thing I always
And
say.
that's why Alan doesn't get to vote.
Exactly.
Well, that's
because
why-
I don't have somebody hasn't came in my photo yet.
I feel like I've made a grave mistake.
By being on this podcast.
Yes, but also, my feet are falling asleep.
Why?
Oh, like the way you're sitting.
Yeah, I chose a very bad sitting
You know, there's
position.
like
Yeah,
I
move-
feel like there's some like space for feet down there, maybe.
Oh, then I have to touch your feet.
You don't have to touch my. I can scoop
Hey.
my feet
I
over.
learned about.
Hey, this is what you
That's
made.
like-
This is what you made me censor last time.
What?
I tried to get you to bang Alan. So you get to touch his feet. That's foreplay. Where I come from.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. See, Angie comes on and now all these things are off limits.
Ah, fuck.
I can't convince my best bud to bang my girlfriend live on the podcast.
Sorry to be such a party pooper.
You're being not even a party prude, more of a prude. Well, here's the deal, though. Alan, let's be honest here. Alan's got a wife. He's loyal to his wife. That's it.
I'm also loyal to his wife.
So am I.
That's
So am I.
It's the second half of the show. Got a couple of emails for your butthole. It's Alan, Josh, and Pete. And I'm sure we'll get an email from Jerry from Michigan.
Spoiler alert: we do not have an
Holy
email
shit.
from Jerry from Michigan.
should I be worried?
No, you'll see why.
Okay, fair enough.
It's yeah. It's not good.
We got some news here.
Dear Going Hard podcast, just wanted to say that your recent absences and inconsistent releases of the podcast have me very worried. What happened? Was there some friction between the guys on the podcast? Perhaps producer Pete got too high and you couldn't find him again. I don't know. But I tell you what, if you guys ever break up, I would love it to see if you guys would start a new podcast separately. I would listen to all three of those because you guys are so good at podcasting. Thanks so much. Jen from the Pacific Northwest. That's very general.
Yeah.
But if you're a lady, you probably don't want to tell people.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, she's actually being very smart.
Yeah, she made a good call.
Now, if I was a lady, I'd give my address. I'd be like, come fuck me, guys.
Oh
but,
my God.
know,
all right.
that's just me.
Yeah. You'd make a great lady. I think you'd be very popular with the fellas.
You think so?
Yeah. Just from your stance on, like, getting banged by a bunch of people.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so the reason that we don't have an email from Jeffy is because we have a voicemail from Jeffy.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Are we playing it live?
His name was Jerry.
What?
I thought his name was Jerry.
Yeah,
Well,
don't.
there's a whole
The
thing.
devil's in the details of this whole thing. It's
Yeah.
it's whatever.
We don't try to like assume that we understand what he's
We
doing.
assume that Jeffy is a different person from Gerald, aka Jerry.
Yep.
But they're kind of both in this.
He goes by many names, I feel like. maybe.
Anyway, yeah, he's a crazy guy.
I need my producer. I must feel the heat. The heat from producer Pete. Drip, drip, drip. Tick, tick, tock. Time is running out, boys. It is now, or it is never. My heart beats eternal. But I cannot know the heart of a subject who will not let me know it. Tick, tick, tock.
Well,
Time is running out, boys.
probably shouldn't have given him my number, huh?
I mean,
Hey.
personally, I'm glad you did.
I mean, it's good to put a voice to the text. You know?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
didn't think he would sound like that.
No, me neither.
Yeah. It's remarkable. He said it sounds very similar to. I can't put. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you hear someone's voice, it's like you sound like someone, but you.
Like familiar.
I can't
Yeah.
quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's a doozy, though.
that was an interesting one. Should we get into the music?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get away from this.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's best to just not. That's what we've decided lately about these podcasts. Is just
Yeah, we've kind of just been leaving the whole Jerry segment alone.
don't
There's
dwell on
nothing
it.
we can really do about it.
He's the best fan we have.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's one of like 2 emails that we get every single week. So
yeah, which is nice.
yeah, well, I'm glad we're getting some. So
I can't wait till we get him actually in person on here, though.
yeah, that'll be
God.
great.
That'll be really good.
All right.
Love the ending.
That's good shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. That's gonna do it for us. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, girlfriend Angie, for stepping in and being a part of the second half of the podcast. Producer Pete.
Bye, guys. Really good to see you. Really good to see you again.
All right, see you later. This is the hardworking American song. Not many. I'm the king of writing songs. I've written thousands of songs. I'm a fucking god. I've written so many fucking songs it'll blow your mind.
Applebee's. Arby's. Wendy's. McDonald's.
Nobody wants to work anymore. They're all living off the government's tit. Nobody wants to work anymore. Makes me wanna quit my job at
Applebee's.
Why don't you wanna work?
You wanna be a proud, hard-working American man or woman at Applebee's, Wendy's, or McDonald's. Don't you wanna survive those vibes to a family from Kentucky? Don't give up on your dreams. Get a job at Applebee's. Arby's. Or Wendy's. McDonald's. Take some pride in yourself.